Black is evil. White is good. We see it everywhere. The hero wears white, the villain is dressed in black. White robes mean purity. Blackness signals danger. We accept this without thinking. It feels natural. It feels obvious. It feels like it's always been this way. But here's the question almost no one ever asks. Who decided this? Was it nature? Was it religion? Was it psychology? Or was it something deeper? Tradition, repetition, and power? Because once you follow the evidence, you discover something uncomfortable. Black was not born evil. White was not born good. We trained ourselves to see them that way. And by the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how that training happened and why it still affects how we judge stories, symbols, and even people today. Stay with me. Let's rewind far back. Not hundreds of years, thousands. Imagine being human 10,000 years ago. No electricity, no streetlights, no glowing screens in the dark. When night fell, vision disappeared. You couldn't see predators, you couldn't see enemies, you couldn't see where to run. Every shadow could hide danger. Darkness meant uncertainty. Uncertainty meant risk. Risk meant death. Fire, daylight, and visibility meant survival. So the human brain formed its first and most basic association. What is visible feels safer. What is hidden feels threatening. This was not a moral judgment. It wasn't good versus evil. It was survival versus danger. At this stage, black and white were just contrasts, not values. And remember this because it matters later. Fear is not morality. But humans don't stop at survival. Humans explain fear. As societies formed, humans began turning survival instincts into stories, stories into myths, myths into meaning. Across ancient civilizations, a pattern emerges again and again. The gods live above, in open, radiant places. The dead live below, in darkness. In Greek mythology, Mount Olympus is bright, elevated, and visible. The underworld, ruled by Hades, is shadowy, hidden, and sealed off. Darkness becomes associated with distance from life. Visibility becomes associated with power and authority. But even here, black is not yet evil. White is not yet good. Darkness simply means unseen. What we fear is what we cannot see. But this balance does not last, because philosophy enters the story. Philosophy does something dangerous. It doesn't just describe the world, it judges it. In the first century, philosophers and theologians began assigning moral value to these contrasts. One of the most influential figures was Philo of Alexandria, a Jewish philosopher writing in the Roman world. Philo didn't treat darkness and light as poetic metaphors. He argued directly that evil has no relationship with light, that it belongs to darkness. This is a turning point, because this is where color stops being descriptive and becomes moral. From this moment forward, white becomes associated with purity, righteousness, and goodness. Black becomes associated with corruption, sin, and evil. Once religion adopts a symbol, it spreads fast, through sermons, through scripture, through art and architecture, through education. Generation after generation absorbs the same message. Eventually, black and white stop being colors. They become judgments. And once judgments feel ancient, they feel unquestionable. Now let's jump forward, because this is where most people think the story begins. Fantasy. Many people blame fantasy stories for reinforcing the idea that white equals good and black equals evil. But fantasy didn't invent this code. Fantasy inherited it. Heroes wear white, villains wear black. Good magic shines. Evil magic corrupts and darkens. Writers don't explain the symbolism. They don't need to. Your brain already understands it. That's the power of repetition across centuries. But here's the question most stories never ask. What happens when symbolism stops being fiction and starts shaping judgment? This is where psychology enters the story. And this part is not opinion, it's experimental data. Psychologists have repeatedly tested how humans associate black and white with morality. In controlled experiments, people are faster to connect white with positive words, black with negative words, even when there is no logical reason to do so. No explanation, no justification. The association is automatic, unconscious. One line from psychological research summarizes it clearly. Good is light, bad is dark. Not because it's true, but because the brain learned it early and never questioned it. And here's where things become unsettling. This bias doesn't stay in the mind, it changes behavior. Researchers studying professional sports noticed something strange. Teams wearing black uniforms were penalized more often. Not because they played worse, not because they broke more rules, but because referees subconsciously expected aggression. Even more disturbing, players wearing black behaved more aggressively themselves. Same players, same rules, same sport, different color. That's how powerful symbolism is. And now comes the most important question of this entire video. If black and white can change judgment in sports, what happens when those associations follow us into society? This is where historians and cultural critics raise serious concerns. Because when black is constantly framed as evil and white as good, those meanings don't stay abstract. They shape expectations. They influence who we see as innocent, who we see as dangerous, who we trust without evidence. This doesn't require hatred. It doesn't require intention, only repetition. That's why scholars argue the real danger isn't symbolism itself, it's unexamined symbolism. When symbols go unquestioned, they quietly guide judgment. And here's the part almost no one talks about. Black has never meant only evil. Across cultures, black represents rest, protection, fertility, the womb, the soil where life grows unseen. Seeds grow in darkness. Life begins hidden. White, on the other hand, can blind, burn, erase, expose. Too much white light destroys crops. Too much exposure removes privacy. Too much purity becomes cruelty. History offers many meanings. We simply chose one and repeated it until it felt natural. This is why modern writers, scholars, and psychologists argue for awareness rather than denial. The goal is not to erase symbols. The goal is to understand them. Because once you understand how an idea was built, it loses its power to control how you think. Black is not evil by nature. White is not good by nature. They are symbols. And symbols are tools. They can guide, they can teach, they can also mislead. Understanding this doesn't ruin stories. It makes you smarter than them. So the next time a hero appears in white and a villain emerges dressed in black, pause. Ask yourself, is this truth? Or is it just a very old story told so many times we forgot it was? Before you watch this video, what did white and black represent to you? Did white automatically feel good? Did black automatically feel bad? Comment your honest thoughts. If you enjoy videos that break down history, symbols, and ideas we take for granted, subscribe to this channel. We upload thought-provoking history content like this regularly. Share this video with a friend, especially someone who loves history, stories, or deep ideas. And if you want more, I'll see you tomorrow with another video like this.